All right, so we are on day 11. So we have 31 more days left. I
Go lay down.
don't want to lay down. All right, so for me, the message
We
I
have
was
31 days. It's a
oh yeah,
32 day,
yeah,
42 days total.
yeah, 31 days. You're right. I had to do the math. Um, so for me, when I was laying in bed, I because I know like that's like when you're fully like more open um to receiving. So before I got up or before I could fall back to sleep, I, asked Spirit. Speaking of which, after this, I definitely want to talk to you about the dream I had. I almost forgot. Um, but anyways, so what came through is today is working on cleansing and clearing. So I definitely, when I took a shower, and me being a Reiki healer, anybody can do this though. So but I did Reiki on my shower um, line and envisioned it going into the pipes and so then I just did Reiki to all that and then envisioned that after a few minutes watched the water just turn into this white light that's like washing over me and then the water that's falling off of me into the drain is like dark and cloudy because it's cleansing and clearing my body of anything that no longer serves me.
Nice. How do you feel?
I do feel a lot better. And then getting the sleep in, like I actually got up at like 6:30 thinking I was late for our meeting, and I was like, no, I pushed it back so we could sleep in, body. Let's go back to sleep. And so I did, but it definitely felt good. I felt bad because Lisa wanted to talk to me last night, but I didn't realize she was Pacific time because I told her like 7:30 I would be free, which I didn't get home till like 8 last night. But I literally was exhausted. I felt so bad. So I asked her to meet today because I'm off. I not gonna lie, I was so exhausted that I started going to sleep while I was in the bathroom yesterday. So I was like, yeah, I'm sorry, I gotta cancel. Like I felt so bad, but I haven't been that exhausted in a long time.
Yeah, I don't feel bad. You have your own needs that need to be taken care of.
Yeah. So yeah, with my big heart, I was like, ugh, but then I was like, yeah, I gotta take care of myself because I was so exhausted.
Yeah.
So what was your message, Madame?
Lakshmi, which is the Hindu goddess of wealth and prosperity.
Ooh.
Um, she has like four like pillars. I was trying to pull them up again. It was like Dharma. Give me a second. Let me pull it up on Wikipedia. Um, yeah, she's associated with wealth, fortune, power, beauty, fertility, and prosperity, and also associated with Maya, which is the illusion. Um, and I think what this is telling me was that okay, so from the etymology, the root is like meaning to perceive, observe, know, understand, or goal, aim, perspective, and then to know under. So basically, it's to know your goal or your direction and just like keep going forward with it. Um, yeah. So anyway, there's a lot of information, but basically, I think what it was coming is that like you know, over this weekend, I was taking time to just like relax and to read and to like read my like a book for fun instead of for
So,
work or for like a end purpose. So I tend to like do even though I enjoy working and shadow work and dreams and all that stuff. It's like um there's a lot of times that it has to be like like it's always a means to an end. So how can I better my business? How can I better my life? How can I better like whatever? And it's never just like enjoyment, you know what I mean? Not never, but rarely. And so I think what she was saying is that, and over the weekend, I was like, I should do this and I should do that and I should be doing this. And I think that's the illusion of separation, illusion of like have to always grind, the hustle and grind culture that is like instilled in us.
oh
And
yeah,
so I think that what it was just relating was like to take a step back and like the more that you enjoy, the more wealth and prosperity will come. Like the illusion, you play into the illusion, you get kind of stuck in the illusion.
yeah.
And so that takes you away from your joy or whatever. So I think
You know
that's
what?
what.
That hits home a lot because I was like, for a while, I kept getting in that, because like when you get into like when I was into network marketing groups and network marketing, and I mean, I still am because like I said, I love those the patches, but I took a step back because I really want to focus on myself and or my business. But I mean, like I said, I really like what they do and for me and Olive, but I just took a step back from it. But it's like those groups, the network marketing groups, or even affiliate marketing, like they're all about like self-development, self-development, self-development. If you're gonna read a book that's gonna, you know, help develop you, help you, personally grow, so self-development or personal growth, so it's like for a while I got stuck in that where I was like, oh man, I loved miss I love I miss reading. I love and miss reading like vampire books or things like that because it's just like, ooh. And so it's like when I go to like, plus I haven't had time to really read, so it's like now I have to like get. That makes me feel more joyous to think about getting an audiobook about stuff like that. That would be more joyous while I'm like driving. So you just helped me open up more because like I said, I just been stuck in that like where everybody like any business person that I listen to is always like stop reading books that don't help you grow as a person
Right.
or your business, and it's like why we can
Also, every book helps you grow. Like
yeah
no matter what the thing is, there's always lessons in them. And I always make sure that I've personally in the last 2 years, I think it was 2019, I think it was, where I was like in that mindset of just like constantly reading self-help books and super improvement. And there was just like a point where I was like, I'm becoming obsessive about fixing myself. And I think that I'm broke. And I'm like, I'm not broken. I don't believe that anybody's broken. I believe that we can become disconnected from ourselves. And it kind of sometimes feels like brokenness, but it's not, we're not broken. We're
right
still whole. We've always been whole, but there's like an illusion. And the illusion is the hustle and grind culture, which is like, if you're not bettering yourself, then you're stagnant. And if you're stagnant, you're wasting away, or you know what I mean? Like, or you're wasting your
yeah
time or whatever. But it's like anything that you do is going to help you grow. It's all part of experience, right? And so I started doing between books that were helping me grow, I would read or listen to fiction books because I just like them. They bring me joy. And so um I always make sure that I'm reading a fiction book in between, like a fun fiction book between my like heavy self-help stuff or um you know personal development,
yeah
because otherwise you get so entranced by the like hustle and grind that you forget to have fun and enjoy. And it's like if you spend your whole life reading self-help books and then you die tomorrow, like,
You'll regret it.
really, was it worth it? Like, was it like worth it? No, like you can enjoy them, yes, but like enjoy also the stuff that brings you fun and adventure. You know what I mean? And so, um,
I was actually, that's so crazy because I was just thinking that if it was yesterday or the day before, um, where like that's why they keep talking about like that's why they spirit keeps telling me to follow my intuition because that's still that ego is coming up about that 4 day weekend or everybody else's fear. I'm still sticking with it. I just called my boss before we got on here, but they said to call back because he's doing payroll right now. Um, but you know that fear still came up like, oh, you're gonna lose money, you're gonna, but then like that's where my spirit self was like, we've seen these things, or like listening to these books, the that soul's journey book or whatever it was I was reading. I have to look it up, but anyways, where he talks about past lives, and then he mostly got people to go into when they were just in spirit form before they go to the next life, and they all talk about how they regretted not having more time, focusing too much on work, being workaholic. So it's like that's what pops up in my head. I'm like, money
yeah,
money will come. That's why we're on this abundance journey. It's going to come, but it's not everything. Even as
right.
long as I had enough, just enough to pay my rent and bills, that's good enough. You know what I mean? Like, we're not going to live in these physical bodies this lifetime forever.
Right. And I think that's like there's a study too where they interview people who are in the like hospice or in their like retirement homes or whatever, and they ask them about their regrets. And it's always what they haven't done rather than what they've done.
Yeah.
And like I think that that's, and it's really about like following joy, and I wish I wouldn't have spent so much time worrying about my body, and I wish I wouldn't have spent so much time worrying about what other people think, and then that fear made me like not follow my dreams and that kind of stuff. I think that that's kind of the consensus at the end of the life. And I try to live by that too, because after Doug's death, like I took that as like a catalyst to be like, life is really short, and like I want to make sure that I'm using every as much possible as humanly possible to pursue the things that make me feel good and like adventure and fun. And yes, it feels like in this world that I need the wealth and prosperity in order to do that, but you know,
Yeah. No, absolutely. That's why I said like that's what keeps popping up in my head. Anytime that ego, you know, like I said, I don't do it meanly anymore like I used to before this starting this journey. Because I used to be like, all right, shut up, ego. But now I'm like, that's okay. Just think about how we would regret, you know. And so it tones it down, it still pops up. But yeah, that is one thing that plays in my mind, like I don't want to look back and be like, why did I work all them out? Like, why did I stay working 5 to 6 days a week for years and years just to save money or just do this? And it's like, no, and then I truly like once I committed to that decision, I felt my joy, because I'm like, now I really have time to start my journey, my like really have the time for the business and stuff like that. So I I can't wait. So yeah, but it's yeah, that is definitely something to play with anytime like negative thoughts come up, like how did you say, is this pain or the other pain? It's this pain or another pain. Yeah.
right?
And
Yeah.
then but when it comes to that with like the work thing or like I bring up Kali Ma for mine for most of the things, like using Kali Ma with second question yourself, like, like play with it. But when it comes to that, I do play with the whole it's this pain or another pain. Do you want to have the pain of regret when we're not in this physical body? Or do you want the pain of like being exhausted all the time?
Right. And I think too, it also the like those thoughts just indicate too some more healing. And I think that you buying the shadow book workbook is really important, because for me, I've overcome a lot of my complex PTSD where I don't have a lot of those thoughts anymore that is um like a constant battle, it feels like, where they're like
Yeah,
popping up and you're like
yeah,
trying to defend yourself and being like, just shut up, you know what I mean? Like, I don't, that's all, like, that's trauma and pain that needs to be healed. And, you know, that is, I think is like indicating where there's some things that need to be healed still.
yeah, that makes
But I
sense.
think that there's like the balance where it's like, yes, you need healing, but healing is going to be a continuous process for the
Yeah,
rest of our lives.
yeah.
And we're not just like cured and then everything
No,
is
I'm gonna be
quiet,
cured
you know what I
tomorrow.
mean?
No, I'm gonna be cured tomorrow.
Yeah. And then, but I also think too, that also means that sometimes we've got to be like, okay, I just can't, I'm not gonna um play into this thought today. Like, I'm just gonna keep going. And of course, there's days when you're going to, like this weekend, I was definitely just allowing whatever to come up, and just reading all weekend and kind of like chilling. And it shows me that the collective conscious is really, um, still affecting me. And it is because we are in this world, right? We're not of this world, but we are in this world. And so it does have effect on you. So I think it just shows that like you're on the right path, and that you did the shadow work. And I think that that's a really good practice for when you're constantly battling yourself, because
Yeah,
that battling, I always say, like, that battle is wasted energy. Like, you're battling yourself, and one way or another you're going to win. And so it's one of those things, whether you believe or don't believe, you are right. And so, like, why are we spending so much time in our head? So the real thing is like, how can I get outside of this so I don't have to spend so much time battling myself? And that really is seeing those parts of yourself and doing that shadow work, seeing the aspect that is battling you, that is trying to protect you. But in this current moment, that part isn't protecting you in the way it used to protect you, because it no longer is needed, but it doesn't know that. So it's like, you know, it's healing that part so that it gets dissolved
yeah.
and absorbed and integrated, and not killed off, but like integrated. So I think you're really on the right path, and shadow work is really, really profound. It's one of my favorite things. Like, I love doing shadow work, and I'm a big component of it. Like,
Yeah, I know I loved when we were working together, and it helped a lot. And you just like, that's why I'm smiling so hard, because you just literally confirmed that, because I bought this. I've had this book for a couple weeks now, and but yesterday it was chaotic again, and I'm like, and then some thoughts came up in my head, and I was like, oh, I need to do some shadow work. I need to do some healing and shadow work. So, and then I like felt called to showing you the book. And then, so it's like, yeah, maybe that. And I didn't, and then, and they're not mad. I know they're not mad, but yesterday I was supposed to tap in. I didn't get to channel yesterday, but I'm going to do that today. But I feel like it's about shadow work and self healing. And yeah, so that's why I was like, sometimes if I can't tap in because I'm so exhausted, they find other ways to tell me.
yeah, yeah. Awesome. Is there anything else that you want to say when listening to Spirit?
No, I think we just like, you just clarified everything that I needed from them. They spoke to you.
My
I,
religion is kindness. Dalai Lama.
my religion is kindness. I kind of glanced at this yesterday, and I wanted to ask you, like, I don't know, I was confused about it yesterday, because I guess like before I had really, really negative thoughts on religion, just because of everything I went through. But I know people that went through religion, like worse with religion. And so, and then I guess like, I didn't realize that there's like a group of spiritualists that say just, they're spiritual, like their religion is spiritual. And so now it's like, what do I say? Because I say like, I don't believe, I don't believe in religion. I believe in God, and And then I say I'm spiritual. I have my own beliefs. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't know, like and I believe all religions have kindness in them, but some people, humans, will like change that to where it's not kindness, you know. So I guess like to me, what I feel like now that I said that out loud is like my religion, or I would say my belief is kindness. My belief is kindness instead of religion. That's how I would want to change that because religious can be kind and not kind.
Yeah, I think for me, religion is someone else's opinion of what God is, and then spirituality is your own personal experience of God. And I think what Dalai Lama is trying to say here is that he like the only rules, because religion has so many rules, is that of kindness. If it is it out of kindness, you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I
And
like
I
that.
think that there's a liter what's it called? Some kind of like alliteration. I don't think that's it. Where it has like it spells out a word and then each word letter means something. Where it talks about like, is it truth? Is it helpful? Like I'll have to look it up, but it's basically like anytime that you're doing anything, is it kind? Is it truthful? Or whatever, and that's like the speaking. I think that that's kind of what it's talking about. Like I think that that's kind of what he's talking about, not religion itself,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
like rules. I think that's what he's making or I guess the statement about.
Yeah, because in reality, all religion is like supposed to be based on kindness, on love, and it's just it gets warped. Some people are pastors or messengers of a religion just kind of get it warped along the line. Like especially if you go off of a book so deeply, like you know, there are parts in the actual like Bible or Christian Bible, Catholic Bible, whatever, that are true, but a lot of it has been warped and changed. You know what I mean? So I think that that plays a part in it. Um, like I know, like I asked my mom to ask her group, like, because I found out there was like 14 books taken out of the actual Bible, and I was like, if we're supposed to go off the word of God, why would we take the Bible? Why did they take out these books? Just because certain humans didn't find them necessary. You know what I mean?
Right. And in 1946, the Bibles actually changed again, where they took out a pedophilia and made it into homosexual.
Oh, I didn't know that. See, and then with Islam and the that book, me and my husband were talking about that because he's Muslim, and he was saying that like I think it's I forgot what the country is where the actual like temple is for them. They actually are the ones that were trying to change it, like um for you can marry like four wives just because their messenger had three wives, and he did that because, and my husband's experience or his thoughts on it is that messenger had three wives because one was really young and she had nowhere to go, so he did that to save her life. And then there was an old lady that no one would take care of, and he did that to save her life. And then he had the love of his life. You know what I mean? And it wasn't like he was doing that to have multiple wives, but he just did to save their lives back then. And but now these people are like trying to use that, and then now they're trying to add, you can have four wives, and so it's like they're trying to change theirs as well for what they want.
Yeah, for the ego to please the part of themselves that is greedy and like wants only all the things, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think it's one of those things where it's just humans are fallible, and anytime humans write anything, it's fallible. And so you got to take it with a grain of salt, take the things that feel good and leave the rest. And, also know that religion is based on the times. You know what I mean? Like, we think that Christianity is the first religion, but really the stuff that happened in the all of the books of the Bible were actually happening in Egypt to Horus and those gods. And before that was Greek and Roman mythology. And before that, it was like animism, which was just like everything has a spirit. And that's it. Like everything just had a spirit. Nothing was particular, which was very much like what the, shamanic and indigenous cultures of the world like believe, which is just
Can we,
everything as a spirit, treat it with
can we
kindness.
switch back into that, God? Can we just switch?
But that people just take things and run with it. And we, a lot of times we try to make connections to things, like putting connections to things, because that's the way our brain works. But it's just filling in the blanks with stuff that we don't actually know. You know what I mean? And
No.
that's how fake news just happens. So yeah. You want to go to the exploration?
All right, person. Am I joy? Am I a joyous giver? Do I share money generously with others, knowing that giving and receiving are one and the same? I do, for the most part. Back years ago, before I started this journey, I had an expectation of, like, people say they would pay me back, they were going to pay me back, or especially if it was my last. But no, I don't anymore. This actually came from my old pastor when I did something for someone before, and he was the one that actually said, you're supposed to give without any expectations. If you can give, if you have the amount to give, give without expecting. And when you do receive it back, then that's, even more of a blessing. But it's even more of a blessing to give without expecting. And
Right.
so, like, I have, like, lived by that. And it's funny to see it, especially when I feel called by God to do it, by the Spirit to do that. Because, like, before, when the stimuluses first started coming out, there was a couple that, yeah, I was in network marketing at the time, and I knew this lady was struggling so bad, and I just felt so called. I let her pick what bill she wanted paid. Like, so she picked it and I paid it. And I had no expectations of being paid back. I felt so good to do that, but then the other side of, the other half of my marriage was not so happy about it, because, so it's like, it is funny to see that reflection of what I used to be, now that I look at it as a reflection instead. Um, and so I tried explaining that to him, and it still comes up now and then. But I was like, if God called you to do, if a law, because I said, if a law calls you to do something, are you going to do it or deny him? You know? And he was like, well, yeah, I'm going to do. Then stop worrying about where those people are or what they're doing, if their life's better or not better. I did what I was felt I was supposed to do, and so now I do live off of that. It's like, and then because the holidays, so I bought some gifts, and he was like, stop buying me gifts, and you were supposed to be saving money. And I was like, okay, I just said okay, but I still, and I was like, say it's from you. I know that this is going to go online, but I don't care, it's just funny. But it's like, it is really crazy to see that now, like, to see the reflection of where I used to be. And it's like, but yeah, I have been a lot, like, when I do something for somebody, or, I just give without expecting it back. And if
Yeah.
somebody says they want to make payment plans, then I'll allow them to say that, but I just won't expect it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If
I
it feels
think,
better to them.
yeah, I think that For the most part, I'm a joyful giver. I like to give things generously, but I don't give it with the attitude that giving is receiving is one energy. Um, because I think there's a big collective thing where like there's always like a thought. Like I always give and I enjoy it and I enjoy giving. But I think the big disconnect for me is like when I'm in a tight spot, my brain is then recalls all the times I gave people stuff and is like, well, you gave all this away and this is where you're at now and nobody's helping you and like nobody's like whatever. And
I've
like
been there. Yeah.
when I want something, when I want like it's like my birthday and someone just buy me a present or whatever, and I'm like, well, I bought them a present. And it's like I don't want to think that stuff, but like when I'm in a spot where I'm like, oh, I could really use like XYZ, and that
Yeah.
was on my birthday list, and they didn't get me a present. And it's like, and like then it's like, well, then the argument comes up, well, they did come up and like help you do it, blah blah. And I'm like, well, I always go down and they do this and they don't do this. And like it's like this like tit for
Yeah.
tat thing. And it's like, and I only get that when I'm uncomfortable, when I'm in discomfort and like quote unquote pain of like I want something but I can't get it because I don't have the money for it, and like it's their fault because I was generous and they didn't give back and like blah blah blah. And it's just like
Mm.
it's not in the moment. I'm like, woo, like this feels so good. I love being generous. But then, like, when I'm in a shitty spot, like, then I'm just like, my brain recounts all the times that I was generous. And I'm like, this sucks. Like, I don't want to feel like this. So, like, I think that's my thing is like, I am a joyful giver and I do give generously. But like in my own home, I would never say that to anybody because I know that it's my ego. It's my ego feeling discomfort, but I do have that like those intrusive thoughts where I forget that giving and receiving are one thing, and like me being nah, nah, nah about it is actually blocking the flow of generosity coming in. And also too, like I never ask for help anyway. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I don't ask people for money. I don't ask people for help. And when
Right.
I
'Cause I was just about to
do,
say you have a list, but you never showed me the list. So how could I get you anything for your birthday or Christmas if you don't show a list?
but it's not
I know. I
it's
know.
not you,
I
but
know.
it's like it's
Yeah.
that thing where it's like, and you know, it's just one of those things where it's like that's what my brain does in discomfort. It like pulls out all of the tricks of like
Yeah.
not being a joyful giver, right? And
Yeah.
so it kind of blocks the flow. And I agree with you. I used to give with expectation as well. And I had like this really, I thought I was really generous. I had this, my ego was like so in it and was like so generous and like so helpful. And then I like started to get like resentful because of those expectations. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was when I started to be like, oh yeah, like that's not really generous because I'm like attaching these strings. Like and I feel like that my ego still does that. And I think that that is probably where I have some work to do because I need to figure out a way that like I'm not attaching strings, because like attaching strings is like not fair because it takes away the generosity. Like I know a lot of people have that like point in their life where they're like, well, if you ask, it's not really like if I asked you to do something specific, then it doesn't really count because I had to ask you to do it. And it's just like,
I would have
yeah,
thought
but
that before, but yeah, no. Like
yeah, but
how can someone else be generous to you or give generosity if you can't ask them?
well, and how is it someone supposed to know what you
Exactly.
need?
Well,
Right.
that's on, yeah, that plays with what in my mind, how I was thinking. It's like, if they don't know you need help and you're too stubborn and our egos are too stubborn to ask, then how can they even give their generosity of helping us because we didn't ask them or let them know we need help?
Exactly. And so I get like if you're in a partnership and like you know each other and stuff like that, that's a little bit different because you're spending time with each other. But it's mostly I'm talking about people who aren't mind readers.
Right.
And
Right.
so I think that there's like a little bit of a subtlety, like a fine line, obviously, but
I
that's
mean,
the thing
yeah.
is like I never ask for help. And so whatever. And but so I think my work is, yes, I am a joyful giver, but the work is that I don't give generously with the knowing that giving and receiving are one and the same, because in the end I pull myself out of that joyfulness when I'm in a uncomfortable financial situation where I want something and I can't afford it to buy it, or I have to pick it, like finagle bills, or I gotta finagle, like pay one here, do this one late, or like whatever. If I'm like in a financial situation that doesn't feel comfortable, then my brain goes to all the times that I was like generous and how like I shouldn't have been, because look at the situation I'm in now. And then, or two, why didn't they pay it in return? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that that's where I have some work to do.
Yeah, absolutely. And my other half is pretty much still at that point, because like he's made comments about like, oh, it's fine to help family because we know them. And it's like, well, what's the difference? Like, why can't we help strangers? You know what I mean? We're all, related spiritually, you know what I mean? Like, and I have said that. I was like, okay, you believe in Allah so much, like I do. I said, but um, Allah, I don't know what the Quran says versus like the Bibles or other people's beliefs, but we were created in his image. So how are we not all related? So it's like, but I do it playfully, and he's like, oh, you're right. But he's just on a, and I realize he's just on a different journey. So I don't get mad like I used to. He's just on his own journey right now. And that's perfectly fine. I know that anybody that watches this are probably like, well, I agree with that. And that's okay. You're just in your own journey right now. But eventually, hopefully those people that think like that will to realize that we are all related, or, you know, it feels so much better when you do give without having expectations. So
Oh
much
yeah,
better. You feel so lighthearted when you do that.
right. It's true. And the more that and I noticed too, and I've seen it, is the more that I'm not in that stage, the more abundance I do receive. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah.
and so the river guide part is, who would spirit deny? Who are you to deny spirit over there? And I think this is, I think that like this is going to, I think the big one that he was talking about was like a lot of people who give to homeless house houseless people, I guess they're called, that people are all like, oh my God, like you're gonna give them money and they're gonna spend it on alcohol or drugs or whatever. And it's just like, yeah, so like nobody talks about how I spend my money. When I was drinking and using, no one talked about how I spent my money, and I had a home. That's the only difference. Like,
Right.
so I think that like this is talking about like, why would we not give people money and be generous if we can, just because we think that they're not going to use it appropriately? Because I'm sure people have, I mean, I know I've spent my money on inappropriate stuff all the time.
Amen. I mean, I think we all have.
So I've wasted money, God knows, so much money. I've lost money. I've I've done a lot of stupid things with money. So like I think that it's definitely one of those things where like we don't, who are we to deny spirit in any form? And there's like that one thing too, is like, if God came back as one of us, like what if he was the homeless person that you just denied? Like, you know what I mean? That song, it's like, if you believe in spirit and you believe in God, you don't know who God is. And like if he's come back to test you. Like we always say like, oh my God, this person helped me out, they're such an angel. Well, it could be in the reverse too, where God is asking, you know what
Right.
I mean, to be
Right.
taken care of, and being denied. And I think that that's just like, but at the same time, like it's our brethren and our sisters and our siblings, spiritual siblings. Like I would want everyone to be helped if I could. If I had a buttload of money, then I would definitely be even more generous, you know? So
Hold on, I told Lisa to call me today, but see if she's free in the next 30 minutes. Sorry.
but yeah, so that's the river guide. Do you have anything to say about that?
Um, Actually, that like kind of gave me goosebumps when you said that because I was like, wow, like I never thought about it like that. But I mean, I love to give when I do give, you know, especially when I give without expectations. But I never thought about it looking at it as, you know, what if that's God? You know, what if that is God come, you know, came back as a human form just to, you know, kind of see how Earth is. He hasn't, you know, been down here in a while, so
Yeah.
ooh. Or you know, or he might have just like spiritually took over someone's body and he just wants to see, you know, like it actually also played a part in a movie scene. I think it was like maybe Beauty and the Beast, where like, you know, the witch goes to the castle to get help and then he denied her, so he cursed him, you know. It's
Yeah.
like I was like, wow, that's what it reminds me of. And then finally when his heart was opened up by the beauty, and you know, then the witch came back again, and because he let her in, he, you know, took the spell away.
Right.
So
Exactly. You
like,
just never
oh
know, and it's one of those things where it's like if you believe in God and if you believe in spirit, then and if you can, great. But I don't think it, I think too, like sometimes we in society think that of martyrdom, like we give the shirt off our backs. It's like, yeah, I don't think that that's necessary. I think that like, you know, doing what you can.
yeah, yeah, like you don't, yeah, yeah, that makes sense because a lot of people will say that, and I mean, some people are like that, and that's amazing. But like, I just thought about that, like, his dad has done that. He actually gave his shoes to his sister-in-law's husband, so like his brother-in-law, because he didn't have any shoes or anything. So he took his shoes off right then and there and gave them to him. And we were just
Nice.
like in awe, like that is so amazing. But like the ego side of me is like, why, if someone is so giving, are they still struggling? I mean, emotionally, I know they're not, but I know that they do want more. You know, like they would like to be able to have their own house instead of an apartment, you know. But it's like, why sometimes that comes into mind where it's like, how if somebody's giving and not, and I know he wasn't expecting anything back, so he knew he wouldn't get anything back anyways. But it's like, how is someone like this who's giving so much still, you know, don't have more? Like why, you know, but maybe it's just their energies when they do give, or you know, maybe they're expecting not to get more, because you know it's okay to expect, like I know, like it basically not expect from other people, but expecting, knowing that the universe will provide. Like, you know, I'm a good person and I know I deserve abundance. You know what I mean? Maybe the mindset there is different. Like maybe they're like,
I think it's yeah, I think it's a mindset, but on top of it, the collective as well is very greedy. There's like a
yeah,
very greedy, selfish collective energy that's really like a fog over a lot of people's eyes. Like I think about my mom, and my mom is so generous with her time and energy, but the moment you ask her to give to somebody that she doesn't know, that she doesn't think deserves it, she's immediately like, no, they're
mm,
mooches, they don't deserve it. I worked hard for my money. And like, and I think about all the times like when we were kids where we're struggling, and because of her pride, she wouldn't get help. And we suffered for it because she had it in her head that people who ask for help and who, which is probably why I don't ask for help, but like people who ask for help are weak or they're mooches or they're lazy, and she still has that mentality. So she'll struggle and struggle and struggle because it's weakness, and won't help other people because
Mm,
of it either if she
I
doesn't
see.
think they're
Yeah.
deserving.
Yeah.
And she'll bitch about it, like, oh, she'll see something on Facebook and be like, that person who has food stamps has this nice car and like whatever. And I said, Mom, do you ever think that her parents gave her that car and that's why she has a nice car? That maybe it's not even her car. She's borrowing it to go to the store. Like, I'm like, you know anybody that doesn't have any money that borrows cars? I was like, yeah. I was like, do you know anybody that got a car from their parents? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, exactly. So you don't know what's going on with this person.
Right.
Like, and she's like, yeah, well, I never thought of it like that. I'm like, yeah, because you just got this in your head that people are just like lazy, mooching, no good for nothing, stealer, like thieves. And I'm like, that's not, the whole world is struggling. And I was like, and if you've got privilege, you're not as struggling as bad as other people are that don't have privilege. I said, so get over your damn self. Like, and it's I think it's that collective greed, and it's not just greediness, it's survival. It's that fear that there's not enough going around and that you have to quote unquote deserve something by your productivity. You have to have a home, you have to have children, you have to have something that makes you worthy of some kind of help. And I think that is like the biggest illusion that a lot of people are. I believe it's our birthright to thrive. I don't care what you look like. I don't care who you are, whatever. I think it's all everyone's birthright. And if you are a person that is hoarding wealth, or you're a person that won't give, even though you are capable of it, that you're the problem.
Yeah.
Like, because, some people, it's a lot easier than other people to like get ahead in the world. And so I think that is a collective injustice, really, that
Yeah.
hurts it. And I also think it's, for me too, like it took me a while to believe that I was worth, like I was reading your um whatever it was, persona paper, where you're like talking about who you wanted to help.
Mm, yeah.
And the amount that your persona made was $35,000 a year.
Yeah. Oh, yep, yep, yep.
And
Yeah.
that's poverty level.
Yeah.
And so that means, and to me, that means, like thinking about business wise, that you will always be poverty as well.
Mm, yeah. I never
Because
even thought about that.
you can't charge expensive amount of money for that, because a person with $35,000 can't pay you more than $20 here or
Right.
there.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't realize I sent that part. I did so it's saved in there, like what I was writing at the time. I
Yeah.
haven't looked at that in a
And
couple months. I thought it was empty. So I was like,
and
oh,
but what that means is, like, when we're doing these things, when we think about this, like a lot of times, like I had a mentor who was charging $10,000 for a one-on-one session per
wow.
session. And I'm like, that's ridiculous. To
Yeah.
me, that's ridiculous.
Right.
But to her, she's like, no, this is what I'm worth my time. I give a lot of free stuff out. I have a lot of free courses. I have a lot of things that are like cheaper, accessible, like, and my time is valuable. So like, if I'm going to do one-on-one, it better be with somebody who's like really ready to invest or whatever.
Right.
So comparing your price to her price, do you think you deserve $10,000 per year, 1 hour?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I
Would
mean,
you ask
honestly,
for that?
no.
Yep. But yeah, that's the thing. And so it's like, it's really one of those things where it's like, I do believe that I'm worth $10,000 per 1 hour, but would I ask for that? No, I wouldn't, because and deep down, there's a part of me that's like, no, I'm not worth that.
I mean, no, I wholeheartedly believe that I'm worth it, but I know like there's different people actually can't afford that because I was there. You know what I mean? Like,
Right. But you give other stuff away for free. You have access to other stuff. Like you
true.
have your
Yeah.
TikToks and you do
Yeah.
free stuff all the time and you help people all the time.
Right.
So what's the difference between her and you? Is that she asked for it and you don't.
true. And you know what, I guess like there is a part of me that now that you said that, I was just thinking that like ego definitely brought it up, where I was like, okay, maybe I'm not worth 10,000 because I'm still like a learning, I still need to take some more courses to be better. And
Exactly. And
yeah,
that's a worthiness thing, because you're
yeah,
not enough yet because you need to do XYZ.
yeah,
And that is the mindset I'm talking about. Like that needs to be shifted so that we can be worth it. But you are right that there aren't people who can access $10,000, which is totally fine.
yeah,
But you do offer free stuff. You do offer cheaper stuff, but the persona that you're trying to call in is a person with $35,000. And to me, that
yeah.
means that
I,
you
I
can't
need to
charge
change that.
more.
Yeah. Because
You
like I said,
can't
I wrote
change.
that like months and months ago. So I was like,
Right.
I
But
did I
that's
show?
kind of the
I'm
thing.
glad. Yeah.
It's like when you're like, I want millions of dollars, but then you are working with people who don't have that kind of money, because that's the majority, right?
Yeah. That's even
Then
what
it's like,
Brunson's saying too in his book. I was like, yeah, I need to change that. Yeah.
right. So anyway, I think it's kind of interesting. So I think it's a both thing. It's one, the systems are really messed, the collective is really messed up, but there's also a mindset, like a small mindset thing of like, it is really true, because like when you think of something and I say, oh, the course is $250, is that expensive to you?
No, but somebody
Do
else
you
that was,
remember a time when $250 was expensive?
yeah, yeah. That's why I was like, I could see
And there's
how,
and there's there's so many people out there that's like, I'm not going to pay $250 for a course because that's just too expensive, right? I'm not going to pay for a tarot reading that's $250 for a course. Well, I paid that, and I don't think that's expensive at all. But there was a time when I thought $250 was expensive.
yeah.
And
Well,
so,
like Ashley, she raised her prices, and I was like, damn right, because she does a good job. Like, I got her prices before she raised them.
right.
You know,
But
like
I'm just, yeah,
like I think because to me, I was like glad that she did that. You know what I mean? Like, but I can see how other people might be like, oh, that's too much.
right,
But because before, like when I got her prices before she raised them, it was still a lot for me then. You know what I
right,
mean? And then now I'm like, okay, that's not a lot for me now, but that could be a lot for other people where I was. You know what I
right,
mean?
exactly.
But I was like, she to me is so worth that and more. Because she gives
Right.
a lot of detail in her reading.
Totally. And I agree with that. It's just, and that's just, but that's the example I wanted to use, was
Yeah,
just, we have a mindset of what is too expensive and what isn't too expensive. And we have this like
yeah,
box or limitation in this mindset, and it's because it's based on what we're making. And so
yeah,
if we believe
right.
that we can't make more than XYZ, $35,000 or $40,000, then we're not going to make more than that. But like, because we're not like, we're reaching out to like reaching for the stars, right? Or shooting for the moon and end up in the stars. Like when we shoot for the moon, it sometimes is out of our comfort zone. You know what I mean? I don't personally think that I'll ever charge ten thousand
$10,000.
dollars per one-on-one.
Yeah,
I might do like a retainer or something for a year or something like that. That might be a bigger charge, but like I
yeah.
personally don't know
Like
if
this
I
other person that I was really wanting to, at first I like really wanted to work with them. I still might, but like they wanted $3,333, and that was for 3 months. And I was like, I was
too
like
much,
that.
and that's too expensive for you, right? Like that's just a little bit out of your league.
Yeah, I was
I
like,
think that that's
when I started twitching, I was like, oh, this whole conversation before the price came up was amazing. I'm like, I really want to work with this person. And then that price came up. I'm like, my heart popped.
yeah.
Like,
That's what Russell Branson says all the time, like, right? That's the whole point of like sales stuff. Like, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, for
But
real. Like that's how you get to the people. I'm like, oh,
right.
he's a really good salesperson. I just
Yeah.
not your person right now. Like that ideal. So okay,
Yeah.
I'll do the knowledge or the being grateful.
Yep.
I acknowledge and thank Goddess overflowing me as the money, credit cards, plants, fishermen, shopkeepers, cooks, natural gas, truck drivers, other coaches and my friends and family for participating in every meal and every product I use today. And today I'm especially acknowledging I
Yeah. Are you
above.
grateful for your site?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
In moments like when I'm frustrated and I'm trying to find things to be grateful for, and I'm like, especially like when I was at work before we did that our thing, I was like, I started, I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful the air I breathe. I'm grateful I can see, so it's like, like when I can't find something about what I'm doing to be grateful for, I look at my personal self, my physical body. What can I be grateful for right now?
That's good. I acknowledge and thank Goddess Millions, me, as the money, credit cards, plans, fishermen, shopkeepers, cooks, natural gas truck drivers, other coaches, the Bounding River creators, people who are watching, for participating in every meal and every product I use today. And today I'm especially acknowledging eyes. I acknowledge eyes in my site all the time because of getting LASIK. Like for the longest time I had really poor vision, and
Oh, you got LASIK. I was wondering, I was like, did she ever used to wear glasses? I couldn't
yeah.
remember.
So
Huh.
I did wear glasses. Well, I mostly wear contacts for a really long time.
Yeah.
But um I did eventually get LASIK. And so yeah, I get grateful for that or whatever. Cause
And then,
I think about that all the time. Like I'm driving and I see the signs and I have 2020, so I'm always like, oh yeah.
I think one day later on down the road, I'll probably end up having to on one eye because that's why they say I have like 20/25 vision because like this eye is blurrier than this eye. Like when I do this down the road, like I see perfectly, but it's blurry. And if I do this, it's perfect. You know what I mean? Like I can see it, just blurry a little bit. So I'm like,
Yeah.
maybe I'll have to do that down the road.
I had that when I got when I got LASIK, that my dominant eye was 25 and this one was 20. And when I went back, he's like, oh, you have 20/25 vision. Like you can either check it or you can get like a touch up. And I was like, I'm gonna get a touch up because this is my dominant eye. Because it's my dominant eye, everything seems a little blurry because it's the dominant one. If it was the 2021 and this is 2025 or 25 one, then I wouldn't have a problem with it. But because this is so I got a touch up. But yeah, I'm super grateful for being able to get LASIK, and it's paid off. And I, I'm grateful for it because it cost me like $400 to $750 every year for glasses and contacts.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow. I didn't realize that.
it's ridiculous.
Absolutely.
And there's people who can't get LASIK. There's people who can't get uh wear contacts. There's people. Oh, it's crazy.
I know, like my parents, it takes them forever to be able to, before they can get glasses when they need them sooner than later, you know?
And I noticed a lot of people buy what's your spirit word today? Spirit?
Oh, goddess. Actually, like yours, I didn't realize we were having the same.
No, mine's spirit today. I wrote goddess over here, but I use when
Oh,
I change it up and being grateful, and I usually stick with spirit because spirit is more
oh,
moving to me.
yeah,
But anyway, I noticed a lot of people do their use their tax returns to do things like that, to buy glasses or get their
yeah.
teeth fixed or whatever, which is ridiculous, honestly.
Like you should ask you. And that's just
So
dental work.
yeah.
Like my mom never like asked for help or breakdown, like because probably the pride part, but when my dad needed dental work, like she's like upset and started like crying. Like, I don't know how we're gonna afford this. They wanted like $5,000. That's why,
Yeah.
Allah went out, to his home country to go get his teeth fixed. Instead of spending $5,000 here, he only spent like 1,200 there, American dollars. Yeah. Like, I mean, and I told them, like, they were like, we'll pay you. No. Like, I'm your daughter and this is a gift. And, so I gave them the down payment, for it. It's like, don't pay
And
me
the
back.
crazy part about it is like teeth are important and vital to your heart health.
Yeah. Like teeth play so much. They play such a role in our physical body. Like
Yeah.
I know I love eating crunchy stuff. You know what I mean? Like what am I gonna do whenever that day comes? I can't. It's like I love my crunchy stuff.
I'm gonna go first.
Okay.
All right. I'm deeply grateful for everything I receive, and I enjoy giving to others with an attitude of love and service.
You are thankful for the opportunity to share with others as spirit wholeness you.
I am deeply grateful for everything I receive, and I enjoy giving to others with an attitude of love and service.
And you are thankful for the opportunity to share with others as spirit wholeness you.
I am deeply grateful for everything I receive, and I enjoy giving to others with the attitude of love and service.
You are thankful for the opportunity to share with others as spirit wholeness you.
I am deeply grateful for everything I receive. I enjoy giving to others with the attitude of love and service.
You are thankful to be able to share the opportunity with others as spirit wholeness you.
I am deeply grateful for everything I receive, and I enjoy giving to others with the attitude of love and service.
Good, because I can see that you're thankful for the opportunity to share with others, the opportunity to share spirit wholeness you.
Thank you for that reflection. I am deeply grateful for everything that I receive and don't receive, and I enjoy giving to others with an attitude of love and service.
Well, good, because you are thankful for the opportunity to share with others as spirit wholeness you.
As Spirit Wholeness Me, I am deeply grateful for everything I receive, and I enjoy giving to others the attitude of love and service.
And you are very thankful. I can see that for being able to share with others as like the spirit wholeness of you.
I am deeply grateful for everything I receive, and I enjoy giving to others with the attitude of love and service.
And you are, I can tell how thankful you are to be able to share the opportunity as spirit wholeness you.
I am deeply grateful for everything I receive. I'm receiving it all, and I enjoy giving to others with the attitude of love and service.
And good, I can see how thankful you are to be able to share the opportunity with others as spirit wholeness you.
Yes, I am deeply grateful for everything I receive, and I enjoy giving to others with an attitude of love and service.
I didn't realize what time it was. We have to leave at about 10 to go to my appointment. So I try to tell them to get up. You are thankful for the opportunity to share with others as the whole spirit of you.
Last one. I am deeply grateful for everything I receive, and I enjoy giving to others with an attitude of love and service.
And you are thankful and grateful to be able to share the opportunity as spirit wholeness you. You are deeply grateful for everything that you receive and don't receive, and you enjoy giving to others with an attitude of love and service.
I am grateful for the opportunity to share with others as Spirit Wholeness Me.
You are, I can tell that. You are deeply satisfied and grateful for everything you receive and you don't receive, and you enjoy giving to others with an attitude of love and service.
It's true. I am grateful for the opportunity to share with others as Spirit Wholeness Me.
I can see that. I can see how grateful you are. You're deeply grateful and moved for everything you receive and don't receive. And you enjoy giving to others with an open heart and an attitude of love and service.
I am grateful for the opportunity to share with others as Spirit Wholeness Me.
Yeah, I see that and I feel it because you are so deeply and truly grateful for everything that you have received and you haven't received. And you enjoy giving to others with an attitude of love and service.
I am grateful for every opportunity to share with others as Spirit Wholeness Me.
I can see that you are deeply grateful for everything you have received and haven't received. And you love giving to others with an open heart, with love and service.
True. I am so grateful for the opportunity to share with others as spirit and as wholeness me.
I see that and I feel that you are deeply grateful for everything that you have received and haven't received. And you enjoy giving to others with an open heart, with love and service.
True. I am grateful for the opportunity to share with others as spirit wholeness me.
I can see that. I can see how grateful you are. You are just deeply full of gratefulness for everything you've received and haven't received, everything you see and you don't see. And you enjoy giving to others with such an open heart, with love and service.
Thank you. I am grateful for the opportunity to share with others as spirit wholeness me.
I can see that. I feel how grateful you are because you're so deeply grateful for everything you have. And you love giving to others with an open heart to give with love and service.
I am deeply thankful for the opportunity to share with others as spirit wholeness me.
I can see that. I see how grateful you are for everything that you've received and you haven't received. The things that you see and you don't see, you're so grateful for it. And you love to give others with such an open heart and love and service.
I thank you. I am grateful and thankful for an opportunity to share with others as spirit wholeness me.
I see that. I can see how deeply grateful you are. You're filled with gratitude for everything you have and you don't have, for everything you see, you don't see. And you love to give to others. You love the opportunity to be able to give with an open heart and with love and service.
It's true. I am thankful for the opportunity to share with others as spirit wholeness me. Last one.
I see that. I see how thankful you are. You're so thankful and grateful. You're so open to it that you love to give with others with such an open heart full of love and service.
I am thankful for the opportunity to share with others with spirit wholeness me.
I am deeply grateful for everything I received, and I enjoy giving to others with an attitude of love and service.
You are thankful for the opportunity to share with others as Goddess wholeness you.
I am. I am deeply grateful for everything I have received. I have not received everything I see and don't see. And I love the opportunity to be able to give with love and service.
I see that you are thankful for the opportunity to share with others as Goddess wholeness you.
That's right. I am a goddess. And I am so grateful for that feeling. And I'm grateful for everything I have and don't have. And I love the opportunity to be able to share and give with an open heart of love and service.
That's great. You are thankful, and I see that for the opportunity to share with others as Goddess wholeness you.
I do, because I'm deeply grateful for everything I have and everything I don't have. And I enjoy giving to others with an open heart of love and service.
It's true. I see that you are thankful for the opportunity to share with others as Goddess wholeness you.
I am. And I am grateful and thankful for everything that I have and don't have. And I love being able to have the opportunity to give to others with love and service.
You are so thankful for the opportunity to share with others as Goddess wholeness you.
I am. And I'm deeply grateful for everything I have and I don't have. And I love being able to have the opportunity to serve others with love.
You are thankful for the opportunity to share with others as Goddess wholeness you.
I am. And I'm deeply grateful for everything I have and I don't have, and I see and I don't see. And I enjoy giving to others with an attitude of love and service.
You are so thankful, Samantha, for the opportunity to share with others as Goddess wholeness you.
I am. I'm absolutely grateful and thankful for everything I have and I don't have, for everything I've received and haven't received. And I enjoy giving to others with an attitude of love and service.
I see your attitude of gratitude because you are thankful for the opportunity to share with others as Goddess wholeness you.
Thank you, because I definitely feel that. I'm so grateful and deeply thankful for everything I have received and things I haven't received that are on its way. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to be able to serve others with an attitude of love and an open heart.
You are so thankful for the opportunities to share with others as Goddess wholeness you.
I am. I am deeply grateful for everything I have. and I relish in the moment to be able to give to others with love and service.
It's true. You are thankful for the opportunity to share with others as God is wholeness you.
This last one.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm making sure I finally counted right. All right, I am deeply grateful for everything I have, I don't have, things I see and don't see, the things that's on its way to me now. And I enjoy giving to others and having the opportunity to do that with an attitude of love and service.
You are thankful for the opportunity to share with others as God is wholeness you. You are deeply grateful for everything you receive, and you enjoy giving to others with the attitude of love and service.
I do. I'm thankful for the opportunity to share with others as God has wholeness me.
I see that you are deeply grateful for everything that you've received and haven't received yet, and you enjoy giving to others with the attitude of love and service.
I am because I am thankful for the opportunity to share with others as God has wholeness me.
I see that you are so deeply grateful for everything you receive, and you enjoy giving to others with the attitude of gratitude, love, and service.
I do because I am thankful and grateful for the opportunity to share with others as God has wholeness me.
It's true. I see that you are so deeply grateful for everything that you receive, and you enjoy giving to others with an attitude of love, service, and gratitude.
I do because I am thankful for the opportunity to be able to share with others as God has wholeness me.
I see that you, Samantha, you are deeply grateful for everything you've received and haven't received, and you enjoy giving to others that beautiful attitude of love and service.
I am. I'm thankful and grateful to be able to share the opportunity as God has wholeness me.
You are deeply grateful for everything you receive and you enjoy giving to others with the attitude of love and service.
I do because I'm so grateful and thankful for being able to have the opportunity to share with others as God has wholeness me.
You are deeply grateful for everything you receive and you enjoy giving to others as with the attitude of love and service.
I do. I'm thankful and grateful for everything and being able to have the opportunity to share with others as God has wholeness me.
You are so deeply grateful for everything you've received and you enjoy giving to others with the attitude of gratitude, love, and service.
I do, because I'm so grateful and thankful for every opportunity and to be able to share with others as God has wholeness me.
It's very true. You are deeply grateful for everything you receive and you enjoy giving to others and being of service with the attitude of love and gratitude.
I am, and I'm thankful and grateful to be able to have the opportunity to share with others as God has wholeness me.
Awesome. I believe that because you are truly grateful for everything you receive and don't receive. You enjoy giving to others with the attitude of love and service.
I do, because I'm so grateful and thankful, especially having the opportunity to share with others as God has wholeness me.
Last one.
Yes,
You, Samantha, are deeply grateful for everything you receive and you enjoy giving to others with an attitude of gratitude, love, and service.
I am. I am so grateful and thankful for everything and all the opportunities, especially to be able to share with others as God has wholeness me. I definitely embodied that, like that word
Mm-hmm.
goddess. Like,
Mm.
I am.
Yeah.
I is a goddess. I am potent. Hear me roar.
Awesome. Well, good luck. I manifest your cheaper and getting your car done fixed.
Yes, yes. I was like saying it all day as it is. Like,
Yep.
I'm like, oh my God, it's gonna, or not, it's gonna be. I was like, oh my God, you're telling me it's gonna be $600 or less. It's $600 or less. Like, I just kept saying that. You know, it's like, what?
Nice. Awesome.
Well, I am deeply grateful and thankful for you and all of these days that we do this together.
Same.
So let me stop the recording.